Hello, everyone, and welcome to Data Alchemy webinar series. It's great to have you here for our session on batch to real time architecture for streaming data and instant insights. If you're watching this, you already know the frustration of the data lag. In today's landscape, speed is a competitive advantage. But the reality is that many of our slow batch pipelines simply can't keep up with the data. We want to process the data as it arrives and handle transactional, processes in milliseconds. But traditional batch architecture, it collects and processes data in bulk, meaning insights are delayed by hours and sometimes even days. Today, we're going to look at how to finally bridge that gap, moving to an event-driven architecture that delivers instant insights without causing a massive infrastructure headache. A quick note before we begin, because this is an on-demand session, we have proactively curated the top questions we hear from the leaders regarding streaming architectures and Microsoft Fabric. We have saved some time at the end of the presentation to dive into those specific questions, so be sure to stick around for that. And to walk us through this, I've invited Sri Vishnu Venkatesan. Sri Vishnu is an architect here at Systech with nearly a decade of experience across enterprise data platforms and cloud analytics. He specializes in designing scalable, governed solutions using Microsoft Fabric and Azure. He's delivered end-to-end modernization programs across the FMCG, retail, and manufacturing domains. So he really knows what it takes to convert complex streaming data into actionable business value. Sri Vishnu, it's great to have you here, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi. Thank you for that introduction. Welcome everyone to today's webinar on batch to real time, an architecture for streaming data and instant insights. Every organization today has data. The real question, though, is how fast you are able to turn that data into a decision. That is exactly what we are going to be discussing today, on how organizations are able to move from batch processing to real time and improving their decision making and insights. The core challenge today is going to be speed. Data volumes are growing rapidly, and more importantly, the value of data is very time sensitive. Often, insights that are getting delayed are going to be opportunities that are lost. Batch processing has historically dominated analytics. In that sense, data is collected over a fixed period, right, over days or hours. This bulk process data is going to delay the insights that are being generated from these data points. Real-time streaming processes are going to be fetching data from the sources directly as they arrive, and they are going to be instantly converted into actionable insights. This is going to help the business run a bit more smooth. There are cases where fraud detection, user personalization, or IoT, where latency has a big impact. These are the use cases where real-time streaming is going to be really helpful. The user has an expectation for instantaneous feedback. Operational monitoring and alerts that are going to be impacting the businesses are going to give a very big competitive advantage to all businesses that are using real-time analytics. This is not just going to be an architecture shift, but it's going to be a decision-making shift. Batch processing typically works on accumulated data with a lot of delays. Data is collected over time, often over hours or even days. This data is processed in bulk, involving batch processes, which are going to take all the data since the last process and is going to give you the insights for this period. Thus, there is going to be a delay that is measured often in hours or even days in some cases, making your decision making less impactful. With real time, there is a continuous flow of data from the source, and it is processed immediately into actionable insights for the business users. Latency is often measured in seconds, which is going to greatly impact the decisions that are made using the data that has been processed. Choosing between these two depends on how critical timing is for your business processes. Why real-time matters? Organizations are now adopting real-time because speed of insights is having a great impact on the business value. There are cases where customer experience improvements like dynamic pricing or having personalized recommendations based on their interaction with the site is going to help users impact the business more. Some cases like risk detection or fraudulent transaction detection is going to be helping the businesses to identify these threats early and take necessary actions. In automation systems as well, there are going to be a lot of alerts that can be sent and monitored to make sure the system is running without any issues at any point in time. These are the cases where real-time processing of data is going to be having a huge impact. When to choose real-time? Real-time should not be chosen based on costs. It's going to be more on immediacy and where time is critical. For less time-sensitive loads, batch processing is still going to work fine. So choose real-time if there is a lot of necessity for minutes of delay, meaning missing opportunities, and you need instant alerts or insights for your businesses, and latency is going to directly impact your revenue. You can still stick with batch if hours and days of delay is okay, and the sources are not going to be supporting incremental updates, and where cost efficiency is a high priority. How Microsoft Fabric can be your real-time data platform. With Fabric, Microsoft is providing a unified platform for real-time analytics. Instead of managing multiple tools for multiple cases, it brings in ingestion, processing, storage, and visualization into a single SaaS solution. You have event streams, which are going to help you with real-time native data processing. You have real-time analytics, which enables you with a KQL database that is going to help you with the high-performance analytics engine. Optimized for time series and logs, this is going to be really helpful in processing the data. You have Data Activator, which is an event-driven data automation. Triggers or alerts can be set based on the data that is arriving in your streams, which will help you identify issues and take corrective actions. You have OneLake integration, the Lakehouse, as part of Fabric, which is going to unify all your data that is available. You'll have batch process data and the stream process data in a single location so that you'll be able to make the most use of all the data that you have. Power BI as a visualization tool is also going to support this insight and deliver it to the business users where it is really critical. They have native integration for streaming datasets and are also going to support live dashboards everywhere. Some of the common challenges and benefits of using Fabric. High throughput is being handled by Fabric using event streams and KQL engines that scale dynamically. Out of order data can be managed using built-in time and windowing functions, which are going to help manage and aggregate these data accordingly. You have the schema evolution issues, which change the schema in which the data is coming in, and this is handled really well using minimal disruptions in Fabric. Duplicates and data qualities are also going to be taken care of using stream processing and transformations. Complex orchestration is being taken care of by unifying all these processes into a single platform. Where you had to bring in multiple tools from different environments, now you have Microsoft Fabric as a singular tool for you that will help you with everything. Operational costs are also brought down because you'll have everything in a single place and you'll not have to be paying for individual tools individually. There are some design best practices to be taken care of when building high-performance systems. Use event streams for real-time processing. Leverage the KQLDB for low-latency processes. Design it in such a way that there is an incremental or event-driven process, and monitor your streaming latency and throughputs. This can have a high impact on the cost of running these processes. Do not always assume that all workloads need real-time analytics. Do not over-engineer with unnecessary external tools because these are going to highly impact the cost. Always take in mind the balance between using the right tools and cost. That is going to be a really important trade-off. Let's look at some of the real-time use cases for these processing systems. Inventory and warehouse management. The stock levels get updated instantly as they are moved. This helps the business to monitor and address the stocking problems and also improve the manufacturing efficiency. Marketing dashboards, where clicks and searches and interactions with a certain page is going to greatly impact understanding the influence of some campaigns that are being run. Fraud and risk detection. where transactions are evaluated every second for fraudulent activity. Security threats on various networks can also be identified in the same way. In operational monitoring, these logs and metrics can be looked at in near real time to make sure the right decisions are made to impact the business better. The key is to always choose the right use cases and design for performance and adopt real time incrementally. You will have to start understanding your streaming patterns and architectures where they fit best. Use the right ingestion techniques and leverage all the capabilities that Fabric provides you. Design for performance and not just based on cost. Enable incremental processing so that only new and changed data is being brought into your system for processing. Balance the batch and real-time processing so that you'll have a great impact of all the data that is available with you. Like we already discussed, not all workloads need real-time processing. Build a migration path that slowly moves you from batch into real-time so that there is an easy and adaptable way the businesses can move to it. Identify high-value use cases where the real-time processing is going to make a huge impact, and that is where you'll have to start. Anywhere where the real-time processing is not going to help much does not make sense at all.
Hey, thank you for that breakdown, Sri Vishnu. I think the way you put a spotlight on Microsoft Fabric, that really simplifies what is usually a very complex orchestration process. So let's dive into our curated Q&A. We've selected 3 of the most pressing questions that we usually get from the clients, who are considering this shift. The first question is about the sheer logistics of moving away from legacy systems. The question is, how do we transition from batch to real time without disrupting our existing systems?
Right. So this is a very key issue for all those who are considering this transition, right? The best approach, I would say, is incremental. Start with one very high value use case and introduce streaming alongside batch. This can gradually evolve into a hybrid architecture, right? And platforms like Microsoft Fabric is going to make this a lot easier because batch and streaming can coexist in the same platform.
Fantastic, Sri Vishnu. Thank you for that breakdown. That makes sense. Moving to our second question, which touches on the tech stack that you highlighted. How is Microsoft Fabric different from traditional streaming architectures like combining Kafka and Spark?
Okay, like that is one another big concern, right? Fabric is very new and we have been using all these tools for a longer time. And how is that going to, measure against this? Like traditional architectures use multiple tools for ingestion, processing, storage, visualization. You need one tool for every single thing. Fabric is going to bring everything into a single unified platform. You have event streams for ingestion, KQL for real-time analytics, OneLake for storage, and PBI for visualization. Reducing this integration complexity is going to reduce the operational overhead, which in turn simplifies the architecture significantly.
Fantastic. So it eliminates the management headaches. And yes, so that leads us to our final question. And we love this one because it's grounded. You touched on it a bit in your slide earlier as well. But the question is, when should an organization not use real-time streaming?
That is a very important thing to think about, right? Real time should not be used where latency is not going to be affecting your business outcome, right? Like fraud detection, monitoring of manufacturing, customer experience improvement. All these are some use cases where this will make a real big impact. For heavy reporting or historical analysis, batch processing is still more efficient and cost effective. The goal is choose the right approach for the right use case, right? Real time is a business decision. It's not just a technology decision.
I think that's a fantastic advice. Don't force real time where batch still wins. Sri Vishnu, thank you so much for the insights today. And to everyone watching, if you're ready to explore how real-time streaming can drive your business forward, we'd love to help you build that roadmap. You can reach out to us at marketing@systecusa.com and let's get building together. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.